Next.
Oh, I thought you had
We'd like everybody to take 2 or 3 steps forward. Forward, a little closer. Yeah, everyone come a little closer. So now back. You're coming in. It's okay. Coming in. It's still got to be a circle. Spread out, yeah. Let's try to keep the spaces 1 or 2 people deep. 1 or 2, we're going to spread out a little Exactly, We're the beat singers. Oh. Do I need to get you more out? No. When you have to do this meeting after that, well, then you should have taken it.
Let's make sure it's slow. Said that so many times.
I just want to see it. Are they coming? Did you see it?
No?
Here.
I think he's supposed to be.
Is that one?
I think you need to look at.
I'll tell you when. Barb, you guys can get a quick picture right here.
Exactly.
But don't try to run away
Here
here.
comes Elizabeth, quick! What up, lady? Oh, Suma's here. don't have a ball, don't talk to me.
Hey Cody, how are you? Hi Jonathan.
I won't go on you.
Where's my ball?
Sticking and I'm dragging. Wait, one more time, one more time, one more time. In there, in there.
Yes, please.
One place, one day. Another place, like another day. Somewhere else. Meeting here.
She's all worn out walking in this.
Welcome, everybody. Suma's setting it up for Laura, who's going to set it up some more. So this is Laura, everyone. This is a dear friend of the couples. And Anne went to business school with Laura, and they survived corporate finance. That sounds so nasty. And she also helped Anne with a few other things. She helped Anne run a marathon, and she helped Anne come out in front of the Marina Safeway. And so we're going to have a reading and a prayer from Laura to set the space. Thank you.
Let it be known that a sacred circle is formed. All those who enter do so in perfect love and perfect trust. We call in all those who wanted to be here but could not. Let it be known that we gather in deep appreciation and gratitude to celebrate the love of Susan and Anne. That we, your family and friends, stand to support not only you, but all that is love. This circle has no beginning and no end. As above, so below, so it is. And this is a poem for Susan and Anne. When evening falls, I will look up and there you will be. I will take your hand and you'll take mine. And we'll turn together to look at the road we travel to reach this, the hour of our happiness. It stretches behind us as the future lies ahead. A long, winding road whose every turning means discovery. Old hopes, new laughter, and shared tears. The adventure has just begun.
Thank you so much. So, our man Charlie here has a task. He's going to bring the wedding rings right over here to someone on this end. And don't worry, you're not some unwitting participants in a magic trick, okay? He's going to give you the wedding rings, and I'm going to explain what's happening here. Very important for Anne and Susan that this be an inclusive event. This is, everyone's getting involved here. And what they would like you to do is to each take turns holding the wedding rings in your hands and gather your best wishes and imbue the rings with your blessings for everlasting happiness for Anne and Susan. And then pass the rings to the person next to you. Reflect and meditate on the significance of this very moment. Hold the rings in your hands and imbue them with your blessings, these symbols that they will wear from this day forward to commemorate their eternal love. Again, I welcome you, friends and family. Did you all wake up this morning and open your computer and look at it and it says, non-wedding, save the date? Right? So something happened. Something happened in our state 2 months after Anne asked Susan to be her partner forever. And that is the overturning of Prop 8, of course. So we're so happy to say goodbye to Prop 8 in California and to DOMA nationwide, so that 100% of people, all of our fellow humans, including, of course, our dear friends Anne and Susan, can protect and honor their commitment with full unabridged rights. So here we are today to celebrate the wedding of Anne and Susan and to bear witness to the beginning of their marriage. In the past, marriage has meant ownership. It's meant legitimacy and other arcane ideas that have nothing to do with what we're here for now. Marriage now, in the era after DOMA and Prop 8, is just way cooler, right? It's so much cooler. And marriage under law is a union between equals. And by making marriage our own, by demonstrating a contemporary marriage that shares none of the past values of ownership, but instead of equality and acceptance, we are hopefully shaping the institution of marriage for the future. So to the kids here today, what all this law stuff change means is when you're ready, you can marry whoever you want. marry who makes you happy. You can marry whoever you fall in love with. And how cool is that? So this is an event for the pure reason of honoring the most exalted, edifying, and complex of all emotions, that of love. And by sharing the celebration of this love, it is multiplied and it is energized within all of us present. We commemorate things so they are never forgotten. We commemorate things so their meaning becomes more saturated and indelible. We tell these stories and we mark these events so we can pause our lives and reconnect with the highest concept, that of love. So we can collect our meditation upon and focus our emotions for Ann and Susan, our happiness, our best wishes to them, and bring it like a laser beam right here on them, right here in this spot, in a very concentrated and precise way. This couple that stands before us today is declaring their commitment to eternal love. Ann and Susan have gathered us, their closest circle of friends, family, right? We're tribe. So we're their tribe, and we are sharing in their joy to witness this special day. But people in love do not live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength with which they nourish not only each other, but to also the world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care, respect, and love, we support their marriage and the commitment they are making today. Now I ask that all of you acknowledge them as they have acknowledged you. As family and friends, we form a community of support that surrounds Ann and Susan. Each of you, by your presence here today, is being called upon to uphold them in loving each other. Always stand beside them, never between them. Offer them your love and support, not your judgment. Encourage them when encouragement is needed, and listen to them when they ask for advice. In these ways, you can honor this marriage into which they will be joined today. So do you offer your love and support to strengthen their marriage? Please answer by saying, we do. We do. Okay. Terry. Now, this is Susan's best friend from college, Terry. Some of you know her. But this is someone who apparently has a heart of gold, but swears like a sailor. But not right now. And she's going to read something from Victor Hugo. Hugo girl.
You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. The great acts of love are done by those who are habitually performing small acts of kindness. We pardon to the extent that we love. Love is knowing that even when you are alone, you will never be lonely again. And great happiness of life is the conviction that we are all loved. We are loved for ourselves and even loved in spite of ourselves.
Thank you. I do look forward to hearing some of your famous world-class swearing later on. Okay, as it was mentioned earlier, that it was on this very beach where Ann asked Susan to join her for life. And so it is very fitting that we are here and that we are in nature to commemorate this event, because it is from nature that Ann got her cue to pop the question. So they were here, you're right down here, yeah? Right down here taking a stroll, and it was the last night of 2012, so New Year's Eve 2012, and they're taking a walk along the beach, and Ann sees that some large pieces of driftwood have come up on the shore, and they've formed a perfect seesaw. So Ann Mullering's not going to walk past something that looks like a seesaw and not get on it. So Ann says, oh, yeah, let's get on the seesaw. Let's seesaw. And, yeah, Susan is internally rolling her eyes. Yeah, okay. Were you wearing long pants? I hope you're wearing long pants. That's going to be chafy. Driftwood seesaw. So she's game. They get on the seesaw, checking it out. Woo! And then they went and celebrated New Year's Eve, wake up the next morning, first day of 2013, take another stroll on the beach, and sees a sign. It's a sign. The driftwood seesaw is still there. So she says, oh, it's still there. Yeah, let's get on it again. Susan's like, no way. Really, again. So you don't need to have kids because you have a toddler already. Works out. So she's game. I think maybe a little bit begrudgingly. She's like, okay, I'll get on this seesaw, you weirdo. And so Anne's down here on the seesaw. Susan's up here, so she's got her. She's not going anywhere. And that is the moment that Anne picked to ask her to be her partner for life. But here we are at their wedding. And because they can do that now. So we're celebrating the wedding of two people who love each other very much with a bond that is uniquely their own. And speaking of unique bonds, I would like to give a shout out to Jim and Dee. These are great marriage mentors, the legacy of Susan's parents who have celebrated this year their 52nd year anniversary. And Susan, yeah. So Susan shared some thoughts about the elements that make her parents' marriage exemplary. She says they are amazing people. It's all good. They're amazing people individually and in union. And this is so beautiful. It's like there's three entities. Many things Susan says she's learned about having a loving long-term relationship were from her parents. And she would like to share, among many of these things she's learned, three of the key elements. One, above all, make each other laugh. Each one makes the other laugh, and there's something very wonderful about watching two people who have been together for all these years still cracking each other up. And two, they showed her that a couple is important to have your separate passions, but also find time to develop interests together and do things together. And have you gotten Christmas cards from these two? Do you think they figured that out, how to have a good time? They're like, oh, we're at the top of Machu Picchu having tea with Oprah and the Dalai Lama. They got that memo. And three, last but not least, surround yourself with a great group of friends to share your life and to share laughter with. And I think they have figured that out, right? Look around you. So what an incredible example to have, and such an honor to have their presence here. And congratulations on the marriage of your beautiful and amazing daughter. She's quite a catch. I'm sure she'd say the same about Anne. Now, Anne has a baby sister, but even though she's her younger sister, Anne insists that she's the mature and the wise one, and she is going to read a passage from Toni Morrison.
That's a really low bar if I'm the responsible one. The following reading is from the book Paradise by Toni Morrison. Susie and Anne have asked that while you listen, you invoke any gods, spirits, or truths that inspire you. Let me tell you about love. That silly word you believe is about whether you like somebody or whether somebody likes you or whether you can put up with somebody in order to get something or some place you want. Well, love is none of that. There is nothing in nature like it. Love is divine only and difficult always. If you think it's easy, you are a fool. If you think it is natural, you are blind. It is a learned application without reason or motive. You do not deserve love, regardless of the suffering you have endured. You do not deserve love because somebody did you wrong. You do not deserve love just because you want it. You can only earn, by practice and careful contemplations, the right to express it, and you have to learn how to accept it. Love is not a gift, it is a diploma. A diploma conferring certain privileges. The privilege of expressing love and the privilege of receiving it. How do you know that you have graduated? You don't. What you do know is that you are human and therefore educable. Yeah, thank God. That's the weirdest word. And therefore capable of learning how to learn. Couples that enter the sacrament of marriage and are not prepared to go the distance or are not willing to get right with real love cannot thrive. They may cleave together like robins or gulls or anything else that mates for life, but if they eschew this mighty course, their cleaving won't mean a thing. So please, let your gods, spirits, and beliefs bless Susan and Anne. Today, they are earning their diploma. With your blessing, may they thrive together as far into forever as humanly possible. Namaste.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, I'd like to make sure that our champagne fairies, Alki and Anna, are making sure everyone's got some champagne. We also want to make sure that your hankies are out and your tissues are out. Because Anne and Susan, are you ready to exchange vows? You can take a quick sip first.
Small panic. I now need glasses. That's how we do menus now. Okay, love. So today I make you 10 promises. I know. I up the ante. Promise 1, I will listen to you attentively, even and especially when you're mumbling to me from another room. Because I always understand that. Number 2, I will see you always. Number 3, never ever count how many pairs of shoes you own. Take care of you always, and especially when you tell me you don't need it. Remember the hospital visit when your lungs sounded like Pop Rocks? You needed it. I will always put your dishes in the dishwasher, and I will stop sending you photographic proof. Because she said she never did it. So, send. Send. Sorry. We're only on 6. I will use every single ounce of strength in my body to be on time. Sue was like, what happened? I will stop talking. In fact, I will stop everything anytime a Journey song comes on. There is nothing that has a higher power on Susan. Don't stop believing. Don't worry. Don't worry. She got really worried. Number 8, I will save you from yourself whenever we're in an airport. Yes, love, I have your passport. No, they are not going to throw you in jail. I will try not to break every single one of your ribs every time I hug you. And last, I will love you with every single piece of my heart forever and ever. Okay. And my 1.
I'm so unbelievably grateful that you came into my life. I feel like this part of my life with you is the third book in my life series. I've always wanted to be a writer. The first book was rather boringly called Growing Up. School, friends, learning, family, all good stuff. The second, much more dynamic book was titled Starting to Figure Things Out. A lot of you were here for that time. It had a lot more turns to it and a lot more drama, but also a lot of fun. And and I love our dog. I'm not sure what this book is called that we're in right now, because it's in progress, even as I say this to you right at this moment. And so far, I'm very happy with the way it's turning out. And I promise, as we keep learning and growing together, to really listen when you try to make me be a better version of myself. I promise to try to speak more slowly, more clearly, and to double check the spelling on my voice dictated emails and texts before I send them. It goes. See you in a couple. I promise to have no more than half the pot of coffee, unless you agree otherwise or acquiesce. I promise to try to be more careful and more patient, at least in the context of this relationship. And most importantly, I commit to acknowledging the hard stuff and working through it as a team. I promise to love you, to focus on us, and always find ways to grow and learn and enjoy life to the very fullest, while laughing with you to the very, very end. I love you.
All right, Charlie, may I please have the rings? Thank you. Anne and Susan, may your wedding rings be forever a reminder of the vows you've made to each other here today. May they be always your most treasured adornment, and may the love they symbolize be your most treasured possession. Anne, do you know which ring is Susan's? Please place the ring on Susan's finger and repeat after me. Susan, I give you this ring as a symbol and reminder of my love for you and my commitment to our marriage. Susan, please place this ring on Anne's finger and repeat after me. And I give you this ring as a symbol and reminder of my love for you and my commitment to our marriage. Anne and Susan, we have heard your promise to share your lives in marriage. We recognize and respect the vows you have made here this day before each one of us as a witness. Let us all raise our glasses. In the honesty and sincerity of what you have said and done here today, and the authority vested in me by the state of California, I now pronounce you married for reals. You may now kiss to seal the deal.
ceremony.